Cody, thanks again for joining me for our Thought Leader Spotlight series. Again, I'm your host, Matt Camp, head of partnerships for DealMachine. On these, we really like to shine a spotlight on industry experts, on these thought leaders, to hear their inspiring stories and to really have them educate our community on lessons they've learned and how they see the world evolving. So today we have Cody Sperber, truly an OG within the real estate investing world, CEO and founder of Clever Investor, a real estate investment mentor. He runs an education company. He's flipped thousands of deals, and really has kind of created his own proprietary investing strategy, the reverse short sale, in the past. He's a Navy veteran. He's extremely active as an investor currently, and a speaker, author, philanthropist as well. This actually extends to his social media as well, where he's got over 1.2 million followers on Instagram. So he really likes to give and give to his community. And he's also married to his best friend and has two beautiful children, Hudson and Brinley. So thanks again, Cody. Welcome on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You forgot sexy. Sexy investor.
Got to highlight that one. Okay, there we go. Sexy.
Yeah, I'm glad. Great to be here. Let's talk real estate. Let's talk.
Yeah, perfect. And today, I'm going to ask you about kind of market trends you see coming, strategies you recommend to investors, advice for entrepreneurs, things like that. To really start, so outside of your bio, can you tell us a little bit more about your life and the pivotal moments that really got you to where you are today?
Pivotal moment. I've been real estate investing for 16 and a half years. So, I've had a ton of pivotal moments. I call them pivotal moments and recalibrations, right? Because really every entrepreneur has dozens, if not hundreds of those moments where you look back and you're like, I can't believe I went through that. That's crazy. Like they either put you off on a new path or, you deal with just some real big challenges and you become stronger because you work through them. And biggest ones that most people can probably relate to is when I was in the Navy, my dad sent me a book that changed my life. And it was the first time I ever heard of assets and liabilities. And that was the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it was right when it came out. And my dad sent it to me and I didn't read it. I threw it in my rack and I got bored. About a month or two later. We were doing 5-knot circles in the middle of the Persian Gulf. And I got bored one day and I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. I read the whole book in one reading. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I cannot believe nobody ever taught me what an asset and a liability is. And so it planted that seed that real estate is where all the wealth is. And, you kind of always know it, but I used to have all these preconceived notions that you needed to be rich to do real estate. Like, I didn't know you could do real estate to get rich. I thought you had to be rich to do real estate. And that was a major milestone. But I didn't do anything with that. I actually wanted to be a 9th grade history teacher. So my goal after the Navy was to go and become a teacher. And when I got out, I went to San Diego State University and I talked to the history professors there. And I was talking to 2 of them and I said, hey, if you guys don't mind me asking, like financially, like how much money do you guys make? Right? Do you do well? And one of them busted out laughing and was like, yeah, right. I have a second job. And that was another moment where I was like, ooh, that's not the kind of life I want. I don't want 2 jobs. Like I love to teach, or I think I love to teach. Like that would be awesome, but I don't know if that's for me. And so I went back to my only counselor that I ever took advice from, AKA my dad. And I said, Dad, they don't make any money. I don't know if I should do that with my life. And he's like, just go to school and get a degree in finance and emphasize in accounting. And if you do that, you can kind of be in any business because you'll understand the language of business. And I said, Dad, I am the worst student. I get C's and D's in my classes. Like I can't add up without a calculator. And I'm horrible at math. And he said, just trust me. So when I went to college, I was going there, taking classes. And that's when pretty much another pivotal moment happened where a good friend, Jeremy, showed up. He invited me to go to lunch and he showed up with a brand new Mercedes. And I said, dude, how did you get the car? And he said, I flipped a house and made 80 grand. And I said, bull crap. I don't believe it. That has to be a scam, or you got lucky, or that's not possible, And he said, no, seriously, it's this process called wholesaling. And he penciled it out on a napkin. And I took that napkin with me, and that lunch changed my life because that set me down the path. I connected the dots back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I said, oh my gosh, real estate, maybe that's what I could do. And back then, no YouTube University, no podcast, no awesome video series like this, none of that. So I had to get in a plane and fly all over the country to go to these guru events. And I just got hooked. I got hooked on the concept of getting wealthy in real estate. And fast forward the story, first 9 months, never did a deal, sucked big time at trying to pull it all together, put myself into $30,000 in credit card debt, quit the business, got back in the business a few months later, found my first mentor, and then finally got my first deal. And that first deal was another pivotal moment in my life where all that hope, 11 months of trying, struggle, ups, downs, fighting with my girlfriend over money, almost getting kicked out, getting my lights turned off at our apartment, getting kicked out of the apartment, living with my girlfriend in her kitchen, trying to get my business out, like all that struggle finally like gelled. And I went from hope to knowing I could do it over and over again. So that first deal, and one deal does change everything. That first deal changed everything for me. And I've been a full-time real estate investor ever since that big deal. I made $40,000 and invested for 6 years. Did wholesaling to start because I didn't have a lot of money. So I had to get creative and did a lot of wholesaling. Did a few hundred deals. Then the foreclosure meltdown happened. And when that happened, things really lit up in Arizona. Got into foreclosure investing, got buying down at the auctions, started rehabbing, and that my business scaled. Because of the Navy, I was good at systems, right? You see, Matt, in the Navy, making your bed has a system. Shining your shoes, there's a system. There's a system for every single thing you do. It's documented, it's modeled out, whether I'm doing it or somebody else, it's always the same. The result, it's like McDonald's, right? Like a franchise, it's always the same product. And I applied that love of systems that I got in the Navy to my real estate business. So I was able to scale when the opportunity finally presented itself. And now done thousands of deals, looking back 16 years later, thousands of deals, own multifamily, own single family, got a big rental portfolio, do a lot of creative deal structuring, creative financing, still wholesale about a house a day. I have 17 development projects going on right now, active in about 6 different states, mainly in Arizona, but I got some in other states. And in 2010, I started teaching people how to do it, scratch that teaching itch, because I fell in love with real estate and I love to teach. So it just made sense for me to start Clever Investor. Didn't think much of it. It was supposed to be a little side hustle. And then for a year, it was just this little education business with mainly local people and a couple people that found me on the internet. And then I got pretty good at internet marketing and bringing in customers. And all of a sudden the business took off. It scaled. Now I'm one of the largest online education brands in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say your love for education clearly found its way into your real estate career. So it makes a lot of sense. And then also the Rich Dad Poor Dad too. I mean, a ton of people listening to this right now have that in common with you as well. That first inspiration for getting into their first deal. So
how epic would it be to write a book like that to this day is still a bestseller, still changing lives,
still that relevant? Yeah.
Oh man, wouldn't that be the greatest feeling? I mean, no offense to Kiyosaki, he's a little kooky now, but oh man, has he changed a lot of lives. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's definitely an inspiration for our community. So
that's the legacy I want to leave. I want to change lives like that.